for people to show up. I haven't done this for a long while. I just kind of want to speak about whatever and get things off of my chest. I don't even like talking about it, but I'll just say it. So in 2023, was that like 3 years ago now? 2024, maybe. Yeah. I was charged and arrested. Sarah Silverman, the comedian, had me charged and arrested and sent to jail. The Toronto Self Detention Center. And all I was doing was trying to get information out there. And did I ever get some rude responses back? That made me freak out. And I care about these things a lot. Kurt Cobain's case, Isaac's, going against people like Jeffrey Epstein. And many other A-lister celebrities don't really care about going against that. They're alright with it existing, whatever. They just need to look good. And that really frustrates me. They're not so great. They're not great at all. Maybe they're great at sex, like they fucking promote all the time, but they're not great at being a moral fucking good person. There's other things they should focus on. And I freaked out. And I threatened her life. I mean, they can get away with, she's friends with many of them that are involved in Isaac's murder. They can get away with killing someone that's standing up against child sex trafficking and pedophilia in Hollywood and in general. They can get away with killing him and just laugh about it. Why can't I threaten them? Well, obviously I can't because it's illegal. But they seem to be able to do anything they want and not get in any kind of trouble. These A-lister celebrities all connected with Jeffrey Epstein and the Mossad, the Zionist scumbags. And I'm probably gonna get fucking banned for saying that, whatever. Fuck. Sarah Silverman, her and her ex-husband, Jimmy Kimmel, are on the Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book list. She's the one that had me charged recently and sent to jail. And I freaked out because they don't give a fuck about anything bad happening. And they just want to act like they do. And they want to treat people like shit at the same time. And bully people based on politics. I guess it's cool and funny to some people, but to me it really pissed me off. Ugh. I have to see how I can see the live chat thing. I don't know why it won't let me. Or is anyone even saying anything or just listening? Okay, I'll keep speaking then. I said to Sarah and other people, we have to stop this misinformation and everything with QAnon and everything that's going on. It's literally crimes. And like that was before the genocide in Gaza. And I'm like, what do you think all this is going to lead to? Like, if we don't stop Israel and the Zionists, oh, then it turns out her family are actually extreme Zionists, and it says that on their Facebook. I should know who I'm asking for help, like who I ask for help for, before I just ask for help. You might think you know a celebrity because you know their name, but when you really look into them, you realize a whole bunch of things that are not good, like war crimes and being a Zionist and being okay with war. And I don't care who leaves or unsubscribes. I mean, we care about one human being, Kurt Cobain, that was killed. We should care about anyone else that does too. So, yeah, that's where I come from. That's how I am. But at the same time, I mean, Seth Green, your friend, is involved as well with killing Isaac Cappy. And all you want to do is promote what kind of toothbrush your fans should use. Hey, yep, I know. And a lot more needs to be said about what happened to him. But it seems like Joe left the basement with Bonnie and Jennifer. And then Chris Todd made up the fact that he's seen him getting injected with heroin. Obviously, that did happen to Kurt, but Joe didn't see it. And Chris Todd apparently made that up because I was on a video chat with him, and Joe's like, I didn't see that. So, what do you think, guys, about Chris Todd? And what should happen to him for making things up about a murder? It's not a really smart thing to do, especially when it makes people like me and my girlfriend and other people cry when reading that Kurt was hit in the head with something metal. Meanwhile, we find out that Chris Todd made that up. Because I was on a video chat with Chris and Joe said he didn't see that. What he seen before he left the basement was Kurt being like slapped in the face by Mark with the heroin kit or something like that. We didn't see Kurt get hit in the head with something metal. If anyone has any questions, I will answer them if I know how to answer them, honestly. And Tom Grant, basically a gatekeeper. Are we going to wait another 30 years? How old are you going to be in 30 years when Tom Grant decides to release all the evidence that he has? He'll be like 130. How old will you be? See, it's ridiculous. I don't want to wait until I die, and neither do you, until we find out what happened to Kurt. Or, well, at least until some kind of justice happens. We're finding out what happened to him. I want to know every fucking detail, though. Yeah, about Mark Lanigan dancing in the greenhouse. There is a photo of him in a red dress. But I think that somebody else was there. And Chris Todd likes to say, let's leave Courtney out of it. Take Courtney out of the picture. Take her out of the picture and just focus on the eyewitnesses, okay, guys? Why leave Courtney out of it? And any other cold case and crime documentary I've watched, no detectives like, we're going to leave this person out of solving this, though, because they're really bad. Or they'll take our money. What if you kill somebody? What if somebody kills somebody? What if anybody kills somebody? We should get away with it. Why? Because Courtney loved him. We can have people on YouTube talking about it, be like, oh, just don't mention them though, because whatever. Yeah, it's either Mark or Courtney. It's not that I'm distrusting Joe. I'm not distrusting him at all. It's Chris Todd by making up shit that Joe didn't even say. So, and that really makes me mad. I put a lot of focus and energy and emotion into what I read in that book, and a lot of video content, as you see, over 5 hours. Yeah, he did a Kim Porter book. He's Jamal T. Millwood, yo. He gave himself a black person's name so he could appeal to that audience. I hope he's not still alive, Mark Lanigan. Just because if he is, I'd probably be his next target. but, mm. Oh, guess what? And this is bad for me. Dylan Carlson, his new wife, lives in North York, exactly where I live. I know she's not here currently, maybe, but her family is. Hopefully, I don't run into Dylan Carlson when he's here on like some kind of holiday with her family. Dylan Carlson and the fat person, his new wife, I mean. She looks crazy. She looks like a type of person that would like try to draw on you with a crayon still. Yeah, Mark and Dave. I think if Dave knew, he would freak out and get all emotional and pissy about it, right? There's no way, like, Mark would hide a lot of things being a drug dealer and drug addict. There's a lot of things he would keep secret from people. But, yeah, pretty much, this is like the only thing I focus on, the Cobain case. Other than that, life is pretty boring and shitty. And even this is shitty, but at least we're getting somewhere in defeating what liars want people to think. And that feels good. Yeah. I guess I think this life right here, third dimension, is just supposed to stay really crappy. It's not going to get any better, and there's forces at work that are going to make sure that it does not get any better. Thank you. Necessary evil. Yeah, there is necessary evil. And then there's stupid evil, like Dylan Carlson. Mark Lanigan at that time. Alright, I will. There's a song by Dylan Carlson where he says, "You never knew that I would be your demise. You never thought that I would be your demise." Thank you. I'm uh, I'm working on an article to get out in the Toronto Star or Toronto Sun, and it's going to speak about all this and my legal case with Sarah Silverman from 2024 to now, or 2023. Sarah Silverman, the comedian, again had me charged and sent to jail, and I was under a gag order for the last 2 years, but I can finally speak about it. And I'm going to speak about that in an article, which I had planned over all this time, and also mention about what I'm doing with Joe, with his podcast, and and who he is and what he's seen. Ah, sorry. I have, to be honest, I've had these lucid dreams where I'm with Jesus and literally going through walls like that are portals, and that's been happening since I was a baby. But now I don't really sleep. Yeah, they are. They're what's happening in another dimension right now. Did you know a person can go to sleep right now and have a lucid dream with you right now, even though you're awake right here in the third dimension? Your body's here and your awareness is here, but it's also over there. You could go and just lay down, get in the hypnagogic state, and tune into where that person is too with you. And there's also trickery from beings on the other side. And here. Yeah. I know. I woke up from a dream recently. She was like repeating 777 over and over again. I did that too when I was in jail recently. And I understand it on a deep level. And looking into the alchemy and Gospel of Thomas and Gospels. My lucid dreaming remembrance of so came back to me when I broke down though in 2020. Nice. Yeah, my friend died from fentanyl. Mike Volans, he was in a Goosebumps episode, Bride of the Living Dummy, in the 90s. And unfortunately, 3 years ago, he died in a shelter. And it's where Jim Carrey's from. I used to live there too. Newmarket, Ontario. He was 37. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm like, I've been open with so many people, and now I just don't really talk to many people. I don't really have much energy to. What was it like when you were? Do you remember anything consciously from that time when you died? Oh wow. Yeah, a little bit of it on a tip of a pencil can kill you. Yeah, my friend's mom, Mike, shared that. Okay, it wasn't good. Going to jail wasn't good though, dude. I wasn't meant for jail, and it was a Toronto jail. That's where Sarah Silverman had me sent. Well, the police did, but she had me charged and wanted me to go to jail and be charged, and so the police sent me there. Dude, I was in the fucking cell with a. I'll just say it, and I'm gonna probably leave. Um, Long-term offender, dangerous offender, Indian male with a lazy eye named Thomas Robenshaw, who was in there for molesting his own son and wasn't supposed to have his own fucking cellmate. And he would touch me in the middle of the night, and he wanted me to call him daddy, and he bit my neck, and I seen Sarah Silverman on TV outside of my cell, uh, protesting about the SAG actor stuff. And I told him when he came back in that I was crying because I seen it, and he's like, "Oh, give me a hug." And I give him a hug, and he bites my fucking neck. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I keep wiping it off, and he's like denying it right in front of me. He's like, "I didn't bite you." And I'm like, "Yeah, you fucking did." And I'm like wiping it off with the cloth right in fucking front of him, the spit. And he's denying it, sitting on his bunk. And reached out and touched my dick. And Can't even remember much of else. He would wait until I fell asleep, though. And, I was pissed off before I went to jail. And, then I get out of jail, and, I'm in a shit neighborhood in North York where people are racist as fuck and ignorant as fuck. And I'm bullied, and I feel like I'm going to explode someday because I've been through so much shit. And maybe an article won't even come out. Maybe I'll just explode. But hopefully, I get an article out about everything I went through and what I'm doing currently with Joe before I freak out in my life finally. Right? Yeah. So I couldn't even look at the chat when I said that. I just had to let it all fucking slip out and be here documented, at least, before I freak out. Hopefully, I don't freak out again in my life. I freaked out over little things. These are huge things. Yeah. Fuck. Sorry. And then she's in a fucking magazine, Sarah Silverman. And I go in the store, and people, like these fucking old men, are looking at her photo and being perverts. And I'm like, why does she get to enjoy the experience of sex when she has me charged and sent to jail and that fucking shit happens to me? I felt like freaking out. And fuck. I was so close to Daddy too, and then he just fucking dies. That happened right after I got out of jail. And he wanted to work with me because of Sarah Silverman. He was interested in that. He knew that was one of Courtney's friends. I can't believe it. He literally made the sandwich, ate some of it, left it in the bathroom, and he wrote to me saying he ate and that he had a heart attack. Around 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Ironically, around the same time Kurt Cobain died. So hopefully I could get an article out there and people could know this, or at least this live stream will be here. But then I have all the evidence with what happened to Isaac Cappy on my website in the Dropbox. Eventually it will be listened to. I'm not the best person at promoting myself, but I could be more fucking known than many of these whistleblowers that don't really have much to say. That's for sure. Thank you. It's so horrible. The Zionists are behind that too. And people what thought they weren't bad then. Now the whole genocide in Gaza is happening. Are they bad yet? Yep. Jackets and jackets. And Sarah Silverman and her husband, Jimmy Kimmel, ex-husband, were on the original list that even Isaac put out. And then it was scrubbed, and then certain names were still on it, and certain names were not on it. It does. He had all the videos as well of celebrities doing things to children on Epstein Island. And I was a Trump supporter at that time. And then he dies, he gets murdered, all the footage is gone, and Trump doesn't even stand up for him. I'm like, fuck this shit. He's involved too. And the Epstein stuff comes out with Donald Trump. I'm seeing where it's. We trusted the wrong fucking source all along. That's why Isaac died as well. And I trusted Trump so much before. I would fucking freak out on people that were against him. But now I don't give a shit. It's all the elite. Even Joe knows it. Kurt would know it. But they own all the companies and businesses and industries and entertainment, whatever's. Fuck. Like, it's as bad as them doing snuff films. And not just sexually assaulting people. It's all bad. But to know that the president is, like, involved in all that shit, and they're on TV, and you can't even steal a fucking chocolate bar without going to jail. Wow. Don't steal a chocolate bar, you'll be a bad criminal, man. The whole world will hate you. But do whatever the elite do, which is child sex trafficking, snuff films, whatever the fuck they want, and you'll be a good person. You'll be accepted. She is. She was literally adopted when she was like 7 or something to a family in Israel of Zionists. You can see on their Facebook Hallow Silverman and Susan Silverman. They're Zionists, and her sister Susan Silverman literally owns a child adopting services or whatever in Israel. And she's an extreme Zionist. You can look on her Facebook. She literally puts that as her religion. She's a rabbi in Israel. Sarah's also friends with Courtney. There's a lot of other things. Look at her album. If Dean wants to get mad at me for freaking out on her, tell him to look up her music album from her TV show. Tell him to listen to her song called Baby Penis in Your Mind. I wonder if he'll like her then. Oh, pedophilia is funny and cool. I get it. Okay, cool. We want to be hip. We don't want to make fun of people that are women or like, you know, hate them for fucking doing really bad shit to children and people because of politics and whatever else. I don't care if they're a man or a woman. If they're involved in the Jeffrey Epstein stuff and the Zionist stuff and they're trafficking children, like Isaac Cappy knew, we shouldn't fucking stand up for them. They shouldn't fucking be doing that shit. There's a whole lot of worse shit. And Sarah's advice to me was masturbate first and then decide if you still want to kill yourself. And I'll say it, I did take her advice. Funny, eh? But then I freaked out. My thoughts began to get really violent and bad. Didn't help. And then I go to jail and all that shit happens with Thomas Robenshaw. Long-term offender, dangerous offender, fucking Indian with a lazy eye. And I can't believe I haven't freaked out yet. And I'm getting bullied where I live by people that don't know me, but are bullying me because I'm white. And I live in an area which is mainly different skin colors. I can't believe I haven't freaked out a lot more. To the point where I go totally insane. I'm going to leave it as that and listen to some music. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for listening. Peace.